Nehemiah had a vision to rebuild the wall of Jerusalem. God had put it on his heart. He had the king's blessings, he had all the resources, he had the mandate. And when he arrived in Jerusalem, he waited 3 days. And he got up at night quietly, with just a few men, and walked the perimeter of the broken wall alone in the dark before he said a word to anyone about what he was planning to build. Most leaders skip this step entirely, and it costs them more than they realize. Nehemiah 2:11 through 13, I went to Jerusalem, and after staying there 3 days, I sent out during the night with a few others. I had not told anyone what my God had put on my heart to do for Jerusalem. I went out through the valley gate, examining the walls of Jerusalem, which had been broken down, and its gates, which had been destroyed by fire. 3 things stand out to me in this passage that I think every leader needs to sit with. First, he waited before he moved. He arrived with vision and resources, and he sat for 3 days. No announcements, no team meetings, no vision casting. Just presence. Just sitting with the reality where things actually were before he started talking about where he wanted them to go. How many of us have walked into a new role, a new org, a new season, and started casting vision before we understood the landscape, before we knew what was actually broken, what was still standing, what the people had already tried and failed at. Nehemiah waited. And the waiting was not wasted time. It was the most important preparation that he did. Second is he assessed alone. He took just a few men with him in the night. He wasn't doing this publicly. He wasn't managing optics or building momentum yet. He was getting an honest look at the real condition of the wall without anyone watching. There is a kind of assessment that only is possible in private. When the pressure to project confidence is off, when you're not performing for your own team or your own board, when you can actually see what's broken without the filter of what you need people to believe about your leadership. Do you have space in your life for that type of honest assessment, to do that deep work of inventory, for the night walk where it's just you and God and the real condition of what you're building? Third is he hadn't told anyone yet what God had put in his heart. The vision was real. The calling was confirmed. But he kept it close until he understood enough to lead others into it wisely. Vision shared too early, before you've assessed the landscape, before you understand the cost, before you've counted the broken sections of the wall, can actually undermine the thing that you're trying to build. Because when in reality doesn't match the vision, your announced trust erodes. Nehemiah assessed first, built alignment second, mobilize third. That sequence matters. Here's the leadership question of the day. What are you in the middle of building right now? Or about to build that you haven't honestly assessed yet? Not assessed for the board report, not assessed for the team meeting that's ahead. Honestly assessed alone, in the quiet, with the willingness to see what's actually broken rather than what you wish were true. Maybe it's a team dynamic that you've been aware of, but you haven't been really able to name yet. Maybe it's a financial reality your organization is circling, but not confronting. Maybe it's your own capacity, the honest answer to whether you can sustain the pace that you're running at. Nehemiah's night walk wasn't weakness, it was wisdom. The best leaders I know have a version of this practice. A regular, honest, private assessment of the real condition of what they are stewarding. Before you build, assess. Before you announce, understand. Before you mobilize, walk the walls. Nehemiah, too, the man with the vision and the resources and the mandate, who still got up in the night and walked quietly through the rubble before he said a word. Your Selah for today. What do you need to honestly assess right now? Not for anyone else, just between you and God. Before you take your next step, walk the walls. See what's actually there, then build.